Hey boo, hey. So, yes, my braids are gone. I need a haircut really bad. But I miss my short hair so much. I don't know what it was about taking out my braids, but oof, I feel really good because I feel like I'm back a little bit because whatever. But so last week was a really rough week for me. I live in Texas and we had no heat, no electricity for 4 days, and we had no water for 2 days. Okay, it was very rough, but New York raised me in those 7 years that I was there, so a real one survived. But still very grateful and very happy because we don't have any of the water damage or things like that I see is happening around the internet. So I'm very grateful. But all through last week, the Holy Spirit, was on me to really talk about in my video this week about just not being scared to follow your dreams. I know I've had this conversation before, but just if I could give you any advice, because this is what it was speaking to me all last week and during all of that, and when I wanted to cry, but I didn't. But so what it told me last week was that just stop being scared. Stop being scared to be as great as you are. Stop being scared to come into spaces and be who you fully are, and stop cowering down or making yourself seem smaller to make someone else feel bigger. That is not you. Their insecurities are not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to yourself and how you love yourself and how you always show up as your best self. That is your responsibility, okay? That is what I want you guys to remember. And I want you guys to know that someone is depending on your yes. This whole thing with Jay-Z is a great example. As I say, someone is depending on your yes. He started his Ace of Spades line because of Cristal has said some racist comments back in '06. Yada, yada, yada. If he wouldn't have said yes to that, and all of us see what he has done, and yes, his yes was to a bigger brand, but now all of us up under him and who are aspiring to be like him, we see that his yes to his champagne brand back then and to where it is now has opened up the door, now has opened our eyes to see something even bigger. And so when I say someone is depending on your yes, someone is depending on you to get up and stop being scared of how powerful you are and say yes to your dreams, because you owe that to yourself. You owe that to yourself to get out there and figure it out. And you have to figure it out by failing at something. I tell people all the time, get busy failing. Get busy failing at something, because it is in those moments of your failure where you realize where your strengths and your weaknesses are, and where you need to work, where you don't need to work, and where you need to reach out to other people to make things come to life. I want you guys to remember that. And when you're reaching out to other people and you're evaluating this and you're just like, all right, I don't know the steps, and I could give you the steps, but one of the biggest steps I think is that I learned moving from state to state and reinventing myself every single time is that I just had to push past my insecurities, because your insecurities are loud. When you are doing something new, they are loud, they are strong, they are bold, and they are wrong. Okay, I want you to remember that they are wrong. And you realized one of the things you also realize is that the crowd of people who you have around, if your crowd of people is not where you're trying to be, or at least in the same mindset, or you realize there's some people that's been in the same spot that they've been in when you left them in 5 years ago, then you need to leave them right there where you left them 5 years ago. You need to be in a circle that is conducive to you, that is making you want to succeed, making you push forward, making you want to work as hard as you can work. You owe it to yourself to stop being scared. There's no reason to be scared. There's no reason to shrink down who you are to make someone else feel important. You are important. Your dreams are important. And your self-love, when you find that place, I try to be 5 minutes, guys, but this one might be a little more 5 minutes and hopefully like 6. But being a teacher has taught me, because now I'm walking in one of my purposes. So I think, your purpose is not just one thing. And so my eyes are open and my confidence is growing bigger than it ever has. And my mind is open to more possibilities because I'm walking in a space that was meant for me. Okay. I read something that I sent to somebody 2-3 years ago, and I was like, oh, I want to work in education. And they was like, oh, you could be a teacher if you want to. So I was like, oh, but it's not working out. And I said, when the time is right, I will be a teacher. The time is right. The time is perfect. I really love being a teacher. And now my mind is open to like, whew, Queena, you spoke that. You spoke that. You were intentional about it. You made sure that you did it. You got behind those people. You started to learn from people. You started to be in a realm of education. You got in that circle, and then those doors opened for you because you were determined to get there. So, and now my mind is like, because I realize how powerful my words are and how powerful I am realizing that now things just don't seem impossible. Now it seems like, what else can I conquer? What else? And now I find myself speaking things as though they were. Whew, my God. Speaking things as though they were, and they are not. And so I am encouraging you to be who you are, to not be scared, to follow those dreams, and stop being scared and know someone is depending on your yes. Check your circle, check yourself, okay? Because you have to just get out of your own way. And when you scared, do it anyway. When you afraid, do it anyway. Do not let yourself talk yourself out of your dreams because you're thinking you're not worthy. You are worthy, okay? You are worthy of it, and I want you to go for it. So that's my message today. I want you to, in this process, to make sure that you are fully forgiving yourself and loving yourself, because when you're getting to a place of purpose, because you have to let go a lot of things for things to come into you. And so when you're in the process of letting go, I want you to have that grace with yourself to forgive yourself and say, all right, that's what I allowed. It's cool, it's great, it's over, but now it's time for me, okay? I hope this makes sense. I feel like I was kind of all over the place, but I love you guys. And remember to forgive yourself and love yourself, okay? Bye.